You cannot shame the shameless, and the most shameless MFers on the globe happen to live in Washington, D.C. And you've got muffin top kanks sending out fundraising emails currently. Midas Touch is breaking this. Put this up, Kylie. I want to try to get to heaven, says his fundraising email. Trump invokes eternal life in plea for campaign cash. Multiple things to unpack here. Number one, why is he constantly talking about trying to get to heaven? And that video where he said that, he also said, people say I'm not doing well. Well, Trump telegraphs everything because of the dementia. I think the doctors have told him he's not doing well. And he's starting to have this deathbed conversion type thing going on. But of course, in his conversion, he has to grift. In his quest to find the afterlife, he's grifting because it's who he is. It's his default setting. He is evil to the core. And here's what's so effed up. So many of his followers are dead ass broke.
Yeah.
They're sending money to this. And it's just, this is the evangelical preacher comparison that we've always made. This is Oral Roberts. For those of you that are old enough to remember Oral Roberts, the televangelist that locked himself in some building and said, God's not going to release me till you send me $2 million. This is the same shit.
It's the exact same shit. I mean, in true fashion. So my question is he campaigning for his 2028 campaign? Or does he think he can buy his way into heaven? Is he campaigning for enough money to buy his way into heaven?
I don't know what he's campaigning for. I mean, you would think that, I've heard he's made something like $3.4 billion since he's been president. But it's just the grift will continue. The online flea market's still going. I'm sure we're probably going to, we're just one news cycle away from him selling, buy a gold leaf medallion to put in Trump's heaven mansion. We're literally one news cycle away from him selling that to his followers. All right. And over on Fox News, let's check out what they're talking about.
I'm involved in changing the H-1B program, right? We're going to change that program because that's terrible, right? We're going to change the green card. We give green cards. The average American makes $75,000 a year, and the average green card recipient, $66,000. So we're taking the bottom quartile. Right. Why are we doing that? That's why Donald Trump is going to change it. That's the gold card that's coming. And that's we're going to start picking the best people to come into this country. It's time for that to change.
So are these rich people that come over here going to do the minimum wage jobs?
The rich people that come over are the best people. We don't want people that'll work. We want the best people. And here's I know I've said it a million times. Everybody's sick of me hearing it. This money, when the autopsy and the financial accounting forensic audit of the Trump administration goes, I guarantee you, these people will have pocketed this money. This is not going to be open the treasury account and the gold cards. This is how much money we made from the gold cards. It's going to be fucking in their pockets.
And this guy, Howard Lutnick, who the guys over at Midas Touch, I think Philip Kowski calls him Howard Nutlick, which I think is so perfect. This guy's the one who's always in the Oval, laughing at all of Trump's dementia stuff. He's like the most obsequious enabler on the planet. And okay, let's just move along. Let's move along to see what they're saying on Fox.
Mr. Secretary, with all due respect, how is allowing 600,000 students from the communist country of China putting America first?
Well, the president's point of view is that what would happen if you didn't have those 600,000 students is that you'd empty them from the top. All the students would go up to better schools, and the bottom 15% of universities and colleges would go out of business in America. So his view is he's taking a rational economic view, which is classic Donald Trump, looking at higher education and saying,
but why are you
until we modify that.
That just helps Harvard and UCLA and UCal Berkeley and y'all helping those schools. Why? They're
okay. There's so much racism peppered in that. First and foremost, my personal thing, here's what I think happened here. Trump had these press conferences, 3 in a row, because he can't even remember the one he did before. And I just think he spitballs and freeballs numbers out. We're going to have 600,000 Chinese students over here. And then they forget, okay, it's an America First agenda, blah, blah, blah. And so then she's trying to get back on to let's badmouth Harvard. Mind you, a lot of people in his administration were educated at Harvard. Wasn't Pete Hegseth educated at Harvard?
Yes.
Surprisingly.
Yes, surprisingly.
And so this, not only is this a racist thing that, only the top students can be Asian. Number two, it's shit talking American students that they're not smart enough. So the dissonance and the hypocrisy and the whiplash in just that report, I guess when you wake up and you choose to be willfully stupid, you've turned off all critical thinking and you just bounce along with all of that like a pinball in a pinball machine.
It's so funny to me, the America First agenda. This is not America First. This is Donald Trump and his sycophants first. And here's the thing. All they've done is campaign against how bad immigrants are and how bad other people that weren't born in America are. And now Trump is letting them buy their way into the United States. And then he's allowing people from, 600,000 people from China, which I don't give a shit.
I'm for that.
I'm for that,
the whole
but
foreign
they're not.
exchange student program is amazing.
I do too.
I think it's good for Americans that hardly ever get out of the country to be around students from other countries. I think it's a very cool open door thing to have. But I agree with you, Pumps. If you watch their campaign and you listen to what they say, it seems like this is something that they would oppose at all costs, because they clearly do not like foreigners. And I believe it's Stephen Miller that said, America is for Americans and Americans only. And so, I mean, this movement is so batshit. And I just want to say something about her, Laura Ingraham. Is she a lesbian?
I don't think she's a lesbian, but I know she has 2 brown adopted children.
I think she has a gay brother, and that she doesn't speak to. And I don't know, like, is she a woman that has unmarried children?
Yes.
She's unmarried and then she has children.
Yes, adopted 2 children. And I have heard her entertain people on her air saying that women should be at home. And I'm like, are you going to check that sitting in your primetime slot?
This is the thing, that they allow these hypocritical messengers to deliver this moral high ground bullshit to them every night. When Laura Ingraham, in my opinion, I get a gaydar ping. I mean, she just seems kind of gay. And then she's unmarried, and this channel promotes this family value stuff all the time, which, here's the deal, Laura, I'm all for, if you want to have a career, if you want to adopt kids, if you're gay, if you're not, whatever, I don't care, because I believe in freedom. You get to live your life how you want to live it. I don't claim the moral high ground. But when you start dissecting these personalities that feed this propaganda to the rubes, they're complete hypocrites. It's unbelievable to me that this woman is unmarried and she preaches all this family values bullshit to these rubes every night, and nobody has done a big expose on the fact that she has adopted children and is unmarried.
Well, look at like Sean Hannity and Jesse Waters.
Isn't Sean Hannity banging that gal that's in the morning?
Yes, and he had an affair with her, as did Jesse Waters with his intern or clerk that worked at Fox News. These high moral characters are banging the people in their office.
All right. Well, moving along, Kylie, play the next clip.
Well, think about this. I'll give you an example. We give hundreds of millions to each university, tens of billions, up to 200 billion a year. They take that money and they do research and they get patents. And you know who keeps them? The scientist and the university. And we, who pay all the money, the American taxpayers, we get nothing.
Is that Bernie Sanders talking, or is that a MAGA person talking? I mean, there is a point in this that I agree with. There is a point where I see that the American public could all have a right to something that taxpayers pay into. But that is not their platform. These are the free market people. These are the laissez-faire economic people. These are the wealth trickle down people. And so then that takes me back to your point, Pumps. Who's buying into this and who's profiting from it? Is it genuinely the American taxpayer? And will the autopsy, whenever we get through this fascist shit show, will it reveal that the American taxpayers netted money out of this, or did Howard Nutlick, and hopefully Kanks is dead by then, and then we've got, Dumb and Dumber, his sons, receiving the dollars from this?
My money's on everybody but the American people. And the thing that struck me about this clip with Howard Lutnick is you can tell by what he is saying that the MAGA movement and this administration places no value on human life. Because what he doesn't say out loud, but is implied, is if we don't get money, why are we giving money? It's not that this research helps with cancer and people live longer lives, or children are restored to health, because they fundamentally don't give a shit about people. They give a shit about money.
Yes, but I do think that there is a democratic socialist message in this.
Oh, I do too.
That mimics what a lot of Bernie Sanders movement says. And it's just the jaw-dropping nature that the people who have campaigned against this, called Barack Obama a communist, called Kamala Harris communist, are actually doing some socialism. And I want to point out to all of the fiscal conservatives and all of the laissez-faire economists that every good capitalistic country has lots of good socialism in it. I just don't trust these people to execute this, nor do I trust their intentions. But it is an opportunity for the Democratic Party, because if they're priming the base for this, it is an opportunity to then pick up the baton and keep this conversation going. I think that they could actually make lemonade out of this, the very far right wing, the Bernie Sanders base of the Democratic Party. If they start priming the rubes for this, it's not going to be as difficult to get the American public on board that some things need to be socialized, are better for us. I don't trust their intentions, but I do think that some of this is good in order for our economy to have sustainability, because the way it's running right now, unregulated, Kanks dismantling the judiciary where nobody can go enforce a contract, it's going to crash and burn, a la Putin style. All right, that's all we have for today. Subscribe, like, and then here's the thing. We appreciate so many of you subscribing to our channel. We have not received our trophy yet. When we do, we're going to go live, our 1 million YouTube plaque. But in the interim, you can support us by buying our book, Life is a Lazy Susan of Shit Sandwiches. The link is below in the show notes.